Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chun, and I just finished the interview that Carlos did with Royce Reed. And this is something that we needed because we haven't really heard her story. Let's get into it. Royce is 43 years old. She is the head cheer coach at BCU. And she talked about how growing up she had a really strict life. She didn't really date until she got into college. She said she was taken advantage of in college. And the first time she had a consensual relationship, she kind of stayed with him, and she really thought that what she was doing was for the man. So Royce never really understood how great a relationship can be in that aspect. And she also said she just realized that she had a moment like a couple of years ago, other than giving herself the moment. That's crazy. And then they talked about basketball wives. She said that Shawnee had talked to her about joining the show, and she was kind of telling her what the show was going to be about. She said that when the show was being pitched, that Royce, actually pitched the show, and not Shawnee so much, because Shawnee was doing another show with Shaq. And she was like, she went to all the meetings. She knew when it was going to start. There were other networks that wanted basketball wives. So she had a lot of stuff to do with that. I had no idea. So she said that Shawnee said it would be a positive environment with women that's in this area, basketball wives. She's a cheerleader. They'll show her life. And she said that she was hoodwinked. And I know y'all remember, if you watch Basketball Wives Miami in the beginning, how Evelyn called her a bum and how they called her a gold digger. And she said it really came, she said before she started, she sent Shawnee some text messages from Shaq a long time ago, before the show, showing her how he was trying to talk to her. And actually, Shaq was cursing her out because Royce did not want to talk to Shaq. So for me, it kind of seems like Shawnee was doing this show, asked her to be on the show, and then everybody turned against her in a way to get back at her. Because she was like, when she told Shawnee about it, Shawnee wanted to know how did Shaq get her number. She said that Shaq had to get it from her friends and things like that. And she said that in one scene that was never filmed, that we never saw, Evelyn asked her about the text messages from Shaq. Okay, let's keep going. She said she used to go to Shawnee to confide in Shawnee because, she felt like she could. Because Shawnee even approached her for the show and all of that. But she said she quickly realized she couldn't trust any of them, especially when Evelyn came to her about those text messages. She said even Susie. And Susie was the biggest brown noser of anybody, right? And she said that that infamous scene when she and Evelyn had got into it, she said all she could think about was neck, nose, and side of the head. And she was going to get that over with Evelyn real quick. But I don't think Evelyn wanted that smoke from Royce. I don't think so. Royce said after that tussle with Evelyn, Evelyn never filmed with her again. And she said shortly after that, she said she was not fired from Basketball Wives, but she separated amicably because there were things and other ventures that she wanted to do. Because the word on the curb was that she was fired, but she said she wasn't. So let's keep going. Carlos did make a good point about Basketball Wives. He said he's never seen an episode where the women are together and laughing and really supportive and helping someone go through something. And he said it's never been like that. That show doesn't give that. Then he asked Royce, would she ever go back to Basketball Wives? She asked him, was he going to be a part of it? So that's the only way she would ever do that again, if Carlos produces it. And we never know. So then, of course, we're going to get the Dwight Howard story, the rest of it, on next Tuesday. But this is how it started. She said she had gone to the movies with her friends. Dwight was a rookie, and her friend had to tell her that. And I guess he was saying, y'all are in my book, because they were cheerleaders for the Magic. And she was like, oh, okay. And she said at that moment, that night, her boyfriend was breaking up with her when she was at the movies because he thought that she was cheating. So she said she was crying on the phone. Dwight came and asked if everything was okay. He gave her his number. It took her a while. She finally called him, and they went out to the movies. She said she just had fun with Dwight, right? And they were going out a lot, and eventually they started going to events together. Then he started introducing her as his girl. She said that was July 31st, 2004, right? And it just went up from there. And then she said something like, I guess once it was solidified in their heads that she was his girl, he no longer wanted her to dance anymore. So she went to dance for Miami. So she was saying that she had got into it with someone named Tracy, I believe. It was over the wrong size biker shorts, and she was suspended for 2 weeks, I think. And she had gone on vacation. She got back. She had hella messages from Dwight. The Orlando Magic was about to come to Miami to play, and he wanted to see her, apologize, and all of that. Eventually, she gave in and went to the hotel room. She said she heard him out. She was about to leave. But then there was a hug at the door. And ladies, we not gonna act like we don't know how them hugs go. And that's how Braylon came to be. So when she realized she was pregnant, Dwight would no longer answer the phone. She had to go through his best friend to let him know, right? And she called her mom, and she told her mom, and her mom said that she needs to tell her dad because she wanted to get rid of it. And she told Dwight to just give her the money. He said, no, you have to come up here. I have to see you. She didn't want to go to Orlando because she said a lot of people knew her there. She said that she could not put Dwight's name on the baby registry. She couldn't put it on the shower invitations. They wanted her to sign NDAs. They wanted her to come to Orlando to do a prenatal screening. She said no to all of that. She's been through a lot. She also said that she wanted not to have the baby because she felt like it was going to mess up her career, but that's the best thing that she's ever done. I think she said it was Braylon is her heart outside of her body. I'm paraphrasing, but something like that. She went on to say that even though it was a little selfish, her not wanting to have the baby, because she thought she was going to ruin her career, she said that that's why she keeps all those phones, emails, and everything. She keeps everything because I'm sure there is some good stuff in those text messages. But she said just in case someone finds it and they can assess them and her story can be told one day. Royce has gone through a lot. And I can't wait till next week because, baby, we're going to get into Dwight Howard. It's your girl, Millie Chun. And we can talk about it. Bye, y'all.